I want to just welcome you in. It's real time. It is Sunday afternoon, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern on January 19th. And I wanted to take a few minutes with you this afternoon / evening. Just kind of let you know exactly what's been going on. I have tried to use my social media posts to describe it to the best of my ability, but I've got a couple of things written down that I want to go over with you. First of all, obviously you're probably watching this later and not live. I appreciate you taking the time to check in. I'll try to be brief. Try to stay with me till the end because I got a couple things going on at the end of this that you'll want to hear about. I guess the first thing I have to say is that I have been seriously overwhelmed by the response from you since the accident, the personal visits, the text messages, the cards, all of that. And I'm not really sure that I deserve most of that, but I am very grateful for your support and your concern and your prayers and all the good juju that you've sent my way. And I'm going to ask you to make sure that you keep that going because, as you'll see in the next few minutes, we got a long road ahead. Welcome in. I see somebody here. Just smile and wave. I'm not seeing too well at the moment, but I know someone's here. Thank you for joining. I guess one last time I wanted to go over what actually happened, and if I had to explain it so that a third grader could understand it, I would say very simply that I black out, I fall down, I go boom. But a couple of different things happened when I went boom. I guess not the least of which was my face broke the fall. And as you can see, if I take my glasses off, the eyeglasses that I was wearing that night kind of got driven up into my forehead, which is going to kind of make me unibrow as we go forward. They have a nice bunch of sutures in there holding Humpty Dumpty together. There's also a real nice egg over here where there didn't used to be one, and some tender spots over here, but all the sutures came on the front of the face. Apparently my eyes are still a nice shade of jaundice yellow, and all of that had to do with the broken nose that I suffered. I also do have a fracture in this eye socket, which if all of that wasn't bad enough, I suffered a spinal cord contusion upon the fall, and it happened to C3, C4, C5 in my neck, which is probably one of the worst things that could happen. What they did immediately in the hospital was they stitched my face back together. Hopefully these sutures will burn off by themselves shortly. They had to fuse 3 vertebrae in my neck, the C3, the C4, and the C5. They are now all fused together and being held together by a couple of bolts. So I have become Frankenstein's monster, apparently. And there are a lot of things that have to do with my ability to play music that are going to be affected by that. I guess the first thing we need to figure out is what caused the blackout that caused me to fall over, that started all of this. The jury is still out on that, and it may be a few weeks before I have any answers on that. Anytime that you're messing with the C3 through the C5 in your neck, you can Google pretty much anything about that, and everything that you come up with is likely to be a little bit scary. In my case, we have a couple of things that the nerves back there are creating some issues with. Number one, what you're hearing, how you're hearing me speak is my full vocal ability at the moment. welcome in. I see you there. Thanks for joining in. So basically, this is my full volume as far as singing, which means I can't sing publicly for a while. It's hard enough to speak. Just for fun last night, if you've seen me play live at any point in the last 6 to 8 months, you know that I've been working on my falsetto for a little bit, and I'm very proud of the progress I've made on that. But I tried that last night. You might have heard me play the song On and On by Stephen Bishop and nail that nice pretty part at the end. Well, I tried that last night, and I sounded like Grover from Sesame Street. So there's no oomph to my vocals right now, and hopefully that will change over time. God, I hope it does, but we think that the nerve damage from the spinal fusion may possibly have had something to do with my vocals, so that's why nothing's going on there. In addition, I can play guitar, not very well. I cannot lift a guitar case until the 7th of February. Ow. So the nurses have told me that actually playing guitar is a good form of a rehab at this point. But so I have my nylon string nearby because I'm using that as therapy because it's the most difficult guitar to play that I happen to own. The other thing to deal with that is that there is some nerve damage to my thumbs in particular. It is right now very difficult for me to hold the pick. It is painful for me to grip the pick. And there's a lot of the physical therapy type stuff that we're going to be doing at home, and just trying real hard to stay mobile. That's probably the best way that I can put that. We have a whole bunch of doctor stuff coming up, and a lot of it's delayed. Later this week, they want to see me about fixing my face. As far as the eye surgery, thank God there was no damage to my vision. That's probably, there's one good thing that comes out of this. But that's what they want to talk to me about this week. And if I can, I don't know if they're going to want to operate or reset my schnoz or do whatever there, but I'm hoping that's going to be delayed. I do have a follow-up with the ophthalmology people, not until the 11th of February. The neurology people are not even going to follow up with me until the 20th of February. Hey, Timmy, thanks for chiming in. I see Tom and I see Dave, I think. If you're there, thank you. Appreciate you. So, short term, what's going on is this. I may be, well, let's back up a little bit further. When they did the spinal cord fusion, they came in through the front of my neck, and I've got that hidden kind of on purpose because it's really ugly as sin to look at, but it's there. And but I will be able to finally uncover the incision on the spinal cord. They want me to uncover that on Wednesday. At that point, I can start taking a couple of chances with the neck brace. I may potentially be able to drive as soon as Thursday. I'm going to try driving to my doctor's appointment, but I'm not going to be pushing that. But there are a lot of people, and I've been trying to be upbeat about all of this too, but it's like, oh, Dave, you're going to be back the week after next. Well, no, I'm not. This is going to take some time, kids, and I'll tell you what I know as of right now. I guess one thing, a question that a lot of you have asked me in comments and in private conversation is, are you going to write a song about this? And I'm leaning no at this point. If this had been as simple as Dave blacking out and falling forward off a bar stool, that would be just fine, and we can all have a laugh at my expense, and I wouldn't have any problem with that. However, the spinal stuff that happened, As you probably have heard me tell you at this point, had that spinal contusion been just 4 centimeters further down my spine, I would have been permanently paralyzed. And I've even heard from one camp of doctors that that was potentially fatal. And I'm not going to milk that. I'm not here for the drama. But I am at the same time, I don't feel like milking a potentially fatal incident for the sake of a laugh. That's just kind of outside. The closest I'm going to get to writing a song about the incident probably involves oxycodone. And I will tell you right now that I will spend necessary time chatting whenever, but just as soon as we're off the air, I am running, not walking, for that oxycodone. I have oxycodone, like the wind will blow away your pain, and that's about the, that's the extent of my songwriting prowess based on the accident. But I've been trying to be pretty rosy and upbeat, and I appreciate that from all of you. But if nothing else, your honesty with me has always meant a lot, and I feel like I owe that to you. So while I am trying to keep things in a positive frame of mind here, I do need to take a couple of minutes and talk about a couple of elephants that are in the room here. Number one is the one sitting in the corner with the dollar signs hung around his neck. We're not going to talk about that tonight. There will be a time and a place for that, and there are some people that have already reached out to me offering assistance, and we're going to park that one on the back burner for right now. But I guess the short term, the thing that really has me kind of worried and on the run is the nerve damage to the thumbs. It's again, I'm having a hard time holding a pick right now. Strumming is difficult. I can pick a little bit. Yes, I'm on this walker, so I can slide. And as therapy, I'm just keeping going on my nylon string, not really doing anything too strenuous, but motion is good, and even the nurse said playing guitar is good for this. So we're going to try to do that. We don't know how long the nerve damage in the thumb will take to heal. Sometimes it clears up right away. The bad news is that there have been cases of this where that nerve damage could take as long as 2 years to fully heal. And I pray to God that that's not the case, but I can tell you that even just stubbing around here on my nylon like this is actually kind of painful. I expect that short term. I'm only a week post-op, but that possibility's there. And just kind of following up on that, I have spent a little bit of time pursuing what my world would be like if I were no longer able to perform. Now, that's really the best way I can describe my feeling on that is that it's almost tornado season, and every year, those of you who are local, we get David Payne and Damon and all the other guys. They'll tell you, well, there's a really, really small chance. There's only a very small chance that we're going to get hit by a tornado, but it's not zero. That's kind of my approach. I'm really not thinking it in that frame. I'm not in that frame of mind at all. I do intend to be back on the scene at some point. However, it's another elephant in the room, and I can't totally rule out what would happen if that were to be the case. So let's move on. I'm almost done here. Thank you for taking the time to join me, and I'm really, really looking forward to my next dose of oxycodone. But I do want to tell you that in the next few weeks, provided that I am able to get out and drive a little bit, I will be out and about to support some of you at venues, providing that road conditions and weather and my ability to sit or stand for any length of time is good. You may be seeing me in public without a guitar. I'm just coming out to cheer you on, and that's probably step one of my therapy, along with all the stuff that I have to do around the house here. As this goes on in the next couple of weeks, I hope to have a little bit further news about my ability to resume performing live. That's nothing that we can rush at this point, but I'll do the best I can. A lot of that is going to depend on how things develop physically, what my pain threshold is going to look like, and we'll just kind of go from there. However, I had planned on spending a lot of time in 25 focusing on writing, continuing to write, and it looks like I'm going to have plenty of time to do that now, because it's going to be still several weeks before there's even follow-up on some of the things that have happened. So guess I just wanted to make sure that we were all on the same page with what's coming in the future, at least in the near future. But I just wanted to say one more time that your support has meant a lot to me. Had a couple of dark hours that this is not something I've shared with a lot of people, but within the first 12 hours after the accident happened, and they were talking about the possibility of permanent paralysis, there's some pretty dark thoughts going through there, and y'all have sustained me, y'all have encouraged me, and I'm going to be away from things for a little while, so I guess I'm just thinking that I hope y'all don't forget me in the meantime. I'm going to keep soldiering on. I'm not going to be pestering you on social media every 6 hours, although I did manage to make pancakes for breakfast and not burn the house down, so I'm pretty proud of that. We all started somewhere. But in any case, I'm not going to be around physically for a little while. This is bigger than we thought, and it's going to take longer to heal. But I just want to thank you for your support and your generosity and your caring and your love and your prayers. The hard part starts now. I've got a lot of work to do, and I'm counting on you to help me. I'm sure you will. But just thank you all for your support, for your friendship, for caring about my music. And hey Shannon, how are you? I'm better than I sound right now. If you came on late, I hope that you'll go back and watch the whole thing, because I tried not to be too long. This video is probably 20 minutes or shorter. But if you came on late and there's any, that will cover anything that you missed. But I'm going to be out of commission for a little while, but just because I'm out of sight, I won't be out of mind, hopefully. So, yeah, they couldn't look a whole lot worse than I was. And the worst picture I never even put on social media. I told the hospital to keep it. I don't want it. But I'm about ready to wrap up this little video here. Again, if you came in late or missed part of it, later on this evening or at your convenience, just take a minute and watch the whole thing, because I have probably, throughout the course of things, hopefully answered any questions that you might have about my situation. And I will hope to see you soon. I'm going to spend this next fortnight concentrating on healing, hopefully getting feeling back in my fingers and my thumbs particularly, so that I can continue to make music that you have indicated means something to you, and you've given me the will to continue. And at this stage in my career, I could probably justify just saying hang it up, and I didn't do everything I wanted, but I got to do a lot more than most people do, and I could have lived with that. But your support has led me to make the decision to try to continue this journey. Going to be a little time, but I'll do my best to make it worth the wait for you. So in the meantime, be kind to one another the way that you've been kind to me. Don't forget me while I'm gone. I'll be checking in on you every so often, make sure that everybody's doing okay. I'm going to miss you for a little while, but I'll be back. I love you guys, and I thank you for your support. And again, if you just popped on here late, thank you. When this thing wraps up, let it cycle through, let it post, and take a few minutes and go back and watch the whole video, because hopefully I'll have answered any questions that you might have in the course of that discourse. But in the meantime, just thanks for everything, guys. I couldn't do this without you. And know that I've got family and loved ones very close by who are taking very good care of me. I'm well cared for, and I've got access to everything that I need to have immediately. I will, okay, one last thing. I'll try to end this on a comic note. I'm not sure, excuse me, I'm not sure what all this stuff is that's coming out of my face, but it's going to stay there for a while, because I can barely hold a guitar pick right now, and you want to trust me with a razor? I don't think so. Anyway, stay tuned. My story's not over. We just got to put it on pause for a little bit. I'll keep you posted. Love you guys. Thanks for everything. And keep the prayers coming. Keep the good juju coming, please. And I plan on speaking with you all sometime soon. In the meantime, keep making music. Keep enjoying music. Keep supporting this local music scene. And don't do anything that I wouldn't enjoy. I'm out. I'll talk to you soon. Love you guys. Thank you.